And then what happened is we literally just cooked the engine. So before the engine died, I stopped it where it was. I came back, and then that's what started the whole debacle, right? Then we just put the VA in the next stop. Right. God, see, I don't want to give support. Right. So here's what I'm thinking of doing. I was thinking about, because the map's procedurally generated, and I believe that everything that stays in, everything that's spawned in the world doesn't disappear. Now, I could be wrong about that because I don't actually know. But if it doesn't disappear, what I could do is I could put the V8 back in the car, right? Leave all my stuff there. If it stays there, then we can go back, because we did get a diesel can. And then the idea was I was going to put the engine on the bus and then carry the V8 with us, because we also need a decent radio for it. But yeah, there's a couple of things I could try. I was thinking about it all night. That's the sign of a good game, when it gets you thinking about it afterwards. Like, oh, what can I do? My summer car is exactly the same. Like, I go away from it and I sit and mull it over. And usually what I do these days is I try and watch my last episode that I did, just so I can familiarise myself with where I was at. The cannibal had a tank at the station. Yes, which was the last place we visited. Am I correct in that? I'm sure I am. It was quite a ways away, but he was there. And then I should have thought as well, with that cannibal, I had a bloody katana. And all I did was just drove off and panicked. And I had a fall with maybe being able to kill him. Because, and this could just be me because of lack of playing it and understanding, but that BB gun is about as useful as a chocolate teacup. You know, it's like just pointless. Let me just pour myself out some water. I've got a really dry throat. Okay, here we go. Could you imagine chocolate tea? I drink beetroot and orange tea. I drink ginger tea, chamomile tea, ordinary tea, and what's the other one I oh, chamomile and honey tea, which is really nice. It's very good for relaxing you as well, which I should be drinking a few cups of today. Oh, I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. Which I'm going to be drinking a few cups of today in preparation for tonight. I only drink sweet tea. What, you mean like sugared sweet tea? But yeah, like I said, I'm so sorry I can't be any more reliable or any more, definite about what's going to happen today. All I can tell you is that I am going to try. But I appreciate you coming in and asking. I really do. It's lovely the fact that you guys actually want to watch, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I know I tell you all the time, but it's all I can give back to you lot, and gratitude is worth a lot in my eyes and in my life. So I did just see chat go, but I've got a really colour here, and I just want to get this particular bit done, and then I'll make a loop. But yeah, I didn't actually. I thought he was joking last night when you turned around and said that I've been in here an hour and we haven't moved anywhere. It was literally an hour before we started going. It's everything I see. Oh, what does that do? What does this do? Where does that go? I'm so inquisitive. I have to know, because if I don't do that, and then it all goes wrong later on, then like people say, well, why didn't you look around first of all? I can't win. Perfect. This little bit down here. I do love leaving these when there's loads. Sweet tea is black tea that you brew hot, sweeten with sugar, then refrigerated. Really? Is it? I know this sounds a bit stupid, but is that not considered as just iced tea? And black tea, you just mean like ordinary unflavoured tea? When I say unflavoured, I mean like not with like honey and lemon and all that sort of stuff. It's just tea on its own. Because that sounds like it could be iced tea, can be either sweet or unsweetened. Correct. Right. Okay. In that case then, and it's, so you just brew it up as normal, put it in the fridge, and right. Okay. That is, I'm going to be trying that. I've never had that. The closest I've got to iced tea was one of them bubble tea things. And I didn't particularly like the tea. It wasn't very nice. Well, at least the one I had wasn't. And the bubbles, in my opinion, or bubbers, or whatever they call them, didn't really add much to the drink. This is so thick. This must have been one I saved. Yeah, it must have been. This paint's bloody useless. But we'll continue on. I said I'm not doing any more. Well, at least not on stream of bugger me. That's how we drink it in the southern US. Oh, okay. So at least you do have some taste then to have tea. A little jib. No, I like a nice cup of tea. I love coffee as well, as you probably all gathered. Do you know what? I shouldn't be doing it with this brush. Just grab out the big boy. This, it was 17, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Right, okay. Let's go. Yeah, this paint is useless. This one. Can it? Well, it doesn't look dry in here, which is weird. Let me just see if that makes any difference. I watered it down too much. No, that seems to work better now. I might actually add a few drips of water on this one off camera. I think that will make it a little easier to work with. There we go. I don't want the paint to be thin either, because that causes issues down the line. I make my tea with a 12-cup coffee maker. Some folks put large pot of water on the stove and steep the black tea into the water until it's done. And that's too much work. Yeah, no, I completely get you on that. But that's actually not a bad way of making it in. And I guess it stays fresh for a while. Well, I say fresh, you know, it's in the fridge. It's not something you all have to drink in one sitting. And how would you do the sugar? If it was like, say you had 2 sugars in your tea, for argument's sake, would you just multiply that by how many cups worth you would put in the whole thing? Or do you just put extra sugar in it to make it extra sweet? I know most of it's probably personal preference. I'm just kind of curious to see whether or not there's an actual way that you're meant to do it. I might try that tomorrow. Get my wife to make it for me. Yeah, perfect. Right, okay, what's this? I just put the tea. Oh, here we go. Tea. Yeah. I'm happy with the way that this stream's going so far, because it means that I put way too much water in. Because when we come to the stopping point, you should be able to see a big difference, and I like it when you can see a big difference because it really feels like you've accomplished something in the picture. Like when I turned around and said to you, the thing that spurred me on the most today was the fact that I'd done the 2 corners, because it's like, yeah, we're really getting somewhere. Because some of these pictures can seem like an insurmountable task, you know, especially if you're new to this. It's like, oh, this is going to take forever. You realize you're enjoying it, and then you look at how much, and then you just think, oh, can't be bothered. But just when you're in that frame of mind, just stop this, and then just leave it somewhere where you can see it, you know, not obviously directly in front of you or whatever else, but just somewhere where you notice it. And then when you feel in the mood again, do it again. You the only clock you put on it is yours. You know, if it takes you a year to do it, fine. I can promise you this much, right? Well, at least this is how it was for me. When you finished it, the sense of pride and achievement that you get from actually doing one of these is brilliant, and it's addictive, very addictive. And it helps mentally because you're doing stuff all the time. So it's not going to be for everyone, just like all sports are not for everyone. All drinks are not for everyone. It's all personal preference and taste. But, you know, for me, this works. And this was all because of my wife as well, which is why I painted her that Christmas one, because she's like basically an elf herself. And the other thing I'll turn around and say is, if you are considering doing these, you will eventually get faster. Like, I remember when I did my first picture, oh my life, it took me ages. I was so nervous about going over the lines. And of course, you have to be careful. I can give you instructions if you want them. I only know how to make large batches, though, not individual. No, that sounds good. That's exactly what I want to do. A large batch would be perfect. I guess it's quite refreshing as well. Yeah, because you're so worried about going over the lines and mucking it up and whatever else, but you just got to realise that this is just paint. You know, some paints are more difficult to cover, but not impossible. So don't worry if you go over the lines. You know, it becomes easier the more you do it. It's like anything in life. And if you look, like, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a couple of bits on here where it looks like it's just looks terrible. But when we put the next colour down, that's when we'll just clean it up and make it look nice. I think I thinned this out a little too much, which is not a problem, I guess. Can always go over the top of it with a bit of a thicker one. But like I said, we've had problems with this painting, this particular painting, because I haven't done it in years, and the paint all dried out. And I tried to salvage it, which is the reason why we made quite a few of these paints again. So, you know, not everyone's going to experience. I mean, look at that. It's just a big old blob of nothingness. Down here. Perfection. Now that doesn't look too bad. Once that dries off, I'll probably have to give that a bit of another coat, because I think I did put a little too much water in that one. Sip of water. But yeah, there was a lot done so far, which I'm really happy about. Still going to go for a little bit longer because why not? I think we might concentrate on this area here. And then, because I this is just my own personal preference. Obviously, you do it however you're comfortable of doing it. There's no set right way of doing this. It's all down to you. But I like to make sure that I've done the area in its entirety before I move on too much. But that's just me. You could pick out one color and do the entire picture in that one color and then do the next one. It's completely and utterly up to you. There's no right way or wrong way or easy way or hard way of doing it. It's whatever you're comfortable with. There. Through here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing. I'm going to be playing a bit of a mixture tomorrow on my own because, like I said, it's my day off. I'm going to be looking forward to a mixture of Grim Dawn because I got my backside kicked by one boss and it's actually irritating me now that he has. Oh, that's what I was saying to you earlier on, wasn't it, Pitbull? Yeah, I've done it. Have I spoken to you about Grim Dawn? It's basically Diablo. How are your coffee pots measured? Cups or milliliters? They're, I honestly don't know. It's been so long since I've looked. I suppose if you do like 1 litre, which is what, 2.1 pints? 1 litre's like 1,000 milliliters. You got to know so many different variations of things these days. It's pain. Is that a 13? And that looks like it's a 13 as well. Yeah. Okay. Did I miss that? But you would see what I mean now if I was to zoom the camera in. Like we've got bits of paint that have gone on to the number 13. But now, because the paint is slightly thicker, we can push up to the other colour, not over it, and then just get rid of them. And all of those little mistakes, all of those little things that you did that you fed up because you've done it, all disappear. And I always kind of I actually like the look of when you go over the top of a bit of paint. It kind of adds a little bit of depth to it. It makes it feel, for me, it adds something to the picture. Granted, again, that could just be personal preference. You might want it to be perfect, and if that's the case, then you do you. It's a bit down here. I'm just glad that my microphone's working better today. Well, it's not the microphone. It was the, like I said, it's the noise suppression. I sounded awful yesterday. I'm going to have to keep an eye out on that. I seem to do that a lot just recently. I keep mucking up with sounds, and it's purely because I'm not bothering to take a good look at OBS sometimes. Which is my fault, really. So I apologise for that. There's... once it's been recorded, it's recorded. I'm still going to put it up and just apologise for the poor audio. One day I'll reach a point of where it is all, it just works each and every time, I suppose. But I guess that other streamers must suffer the same kind of problems. And I suppose I'm still new to this, so I guess it's just a learning curve again. You have your set routine. Like when I come in there, I turn my computer on, and then I press the Stream Deck button, which loads up my chat bot and loads up OBS, and then it loads up what do you call it, Spotify and the music. So that's all things that are kind of ingrained in me now every time I load my computer up, and I guess I'll get that ingrained at some point. Didn't really want to branch out over here, but I got the colour out already. I had paint on the brush, so why not? And also, it kind of makes you think, yes, I'm on that bit next, you know? Like I said, this could all just be a me thing, you know? I'm completely in acceptance. It could just be a me thing, but I don't know. So I'm looking at Amazon UK for coffee machines, and it seems they have a 12 cup capacity. Okay, 12 cups. Do this. That little bit down there. Tie that all together. Perfect. Oh, there's a little bit of purple down there. Number 10. And that's why I actually got the brush out, because of this bit. A bit there. Right, so we got 12, couple of 12s, and then right, okay, let's get this done. If there's anybody new out there that's watching, that's enjoying, don't be shy. Come up and say hello. You know, I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to introduce myself and, you know, introduce you to the community that we've kind of fostered here, and maybe get you to join or come back. Also, if you're not comfortable talking, that's absolutely fine. And if you are out there enjoying this, just sitting back and relaxing, thank you for stopping by. And I kind of say that kind of thing just randomly every now and again, because I don't have a view account. I've never had one. I don't want one. So I don't know who's that. Seven. Hey, hello, Mark. My name's Seven. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Seven. How you doing? I've never met you before. Let's do that. Look at that. Oh, he's Pitbull's done it already. Oh, he done an O first of all. I got it before you. I've got to stop doing that. Should just leave it. That's why I got mods, like you said, Pitbull. I'm sorry, it's just a force of habit. All the shout outs. How you doing, buddy? You having a good day? Mine was just a wave, not a shout. Oh, okay. Thank you. You're very welcome. 717 7_1_7. Fantastic streamer, really nice guy, very funny. He's definitely worth you going to check him out. I don't know necessarily about following him or anything, you know, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not picking out curtains here, but he's definitely worth checking out. That's for true. That's for sure. He's a nice guy. Where was I just painting? Here. There we go. Get that bit up there. So I get a bit concentrated when I get near white, because it's such an awkward colour. Oh, that's a salute, is it? Oh yeah, of course it is. It actually looks like one. All right, I don't know. You kids today. I say you kids today, you're older than me. I never learned all of this computer speaks from where you speak from. And that's okay. All right, I'll let you off then. Perfect. Is there another 14? There is. It's quite a big old 14 actually. This colour doesn't look much different to the other one, but this wasn't one that I actually made up, so this is how it's come in the set. Oh, it does look slightly different. Yeah, it's more peachy, I suppose. It there. And yeah, we're going to be, my back is just really starting to catch fire now. So though, but that's all right. Now, like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing next. I will probably end up taking a break for an hour or two and then do what I did yesterday. I do have plans. I like I said to you, I'd like to play all the games today. Whether or not that happens is a different matter, but I'm going to give it a try. So what was it? Oh, you're playing DayZ. Nice. Do you have a pitcher that will hold about 5 litres? No. Not 5 litres. Jesus Christ, how much tea do you think I get through? Yeah, I have one that can do about 1 litre. Like a fifth of that. Right, 15. Okay, here we go. This was the good paint, I believe. Yeah, I actually like painting this one. Because this paint is the perfect consistency to spread. Come on. I can't believe it's Tuesday today. I honestly thought it was the weekend. I genuinely did. Yeah. Oh, I've gone full tongue out now. Proper all the concentrations. This recipe should make about 1 gallon of tea, just a touch more than a gallon. Bloody hell. Well, I could always like cut the recipe down a bit, right, to make a lesser amount. So yeah, just send the recipe and I'll just let me know how much it makes, like you just did there, and then I'll cut it down a bit so I can make it for less. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. And then we do this one. So how's your day going, 7? And what you got planned for the rest of it? Anything exciting, interesting, life-changing? And if you're just lurking, that's good. I've got no issue with that. Just don't want you to feel left out talking to me because I'm painting hard. Bit of 14 there. We'll do that bit there and then that. Boy. Yeah. Once this dries, the colours generally change a bit anyway. They either become more vibrant or darker, depending on what they are. So, I mean, it's not huge, you know, but it's usually enough to notice. There. Perfect. Well, that looks like we've actually done some work here. That's for sure. We actually look like something's been done, and you know how much I like that. I am a fan. Well, I am going to call this one there, I think. I just I honestly, you guys coming out and watching me just makes my day. It really does. You help me to force myself to get out of bed and to do stuff that I wouldn't normally do because of, the way I feel. I know I keep bleating on about this, but it really helps me, and I can't thank you all enough. And that's genuinely from the bottom of my heart. I can't thank you all enough.